Happy Monday, y'all. It's Lippy. We're out in the Sugar Shack. I hope your Thanksgiving was a blessed one and the days following has been blessed. Now, before we get into what I'm doing and what you just saw, I would like to ask that we pause for a moment. Our good friend, Miss Stacy, y'all see her in every comment under every video. Today is the day that they have their memorial service for her 19-year-old grandson. So I ask that we pause in prayer for Miss Stacy and her family. You know, no day throughout the year is easy when you're burying a loved one, especially a child. But moving forward to the holidays, we're right in the middle of it. It's even harder. So I ask that you keep Miss Stacy and her family in your prayers. Now, at the beginning of the video, I did the best I could to display two different signature gift collection boxes. The first one being everything that's in Miss Lippy's signature collection, from salves to blends, in this beautiful wooden bamboo tray. I actually have one, and I use this throughout the year. So you can make it for a serving tray, a display tray on your coffee table, a treat tray, tea tray, you name it, it's endless. And it's about 16 inches, no, it's 18 inches long, 3.5 inches deep, and I believe the depth is 9.5, somewhere around there. So this is going to be one signature collection that's going to be offered on my website. Then, because of you guys requesting if I would offer some gift baskets, I chose to do one with just the feel goods. I think that's the proper word for YouTube, feel goods. Now, in this one, they will all be 4-ounce tins with a lip balm, couple of little peppermint treats, but you saw the beautiful box, okay? And this is how it will come. So there again, this is a perfect for a gift. It's already ready, will be packaged as a gift, or if it's for yourself, then this box you can reuse throughout the holiday seasons to add little candies or whatnot to offer. Now, you may get the antique car, the poinsettia. You may get the seasoned greetings with the old antique station wagon. You may also get the cute little snowman. And that's in the Feel Good gift set. And like I said, you saw the poinsettia. So I will leave all of that in my website. I will leave the link to my website down in the description so you can see the price. Now, many of you that ordered from me before in the past, it's free shipping. Now you'll have tax depending on what state you're in, but I always offer free shipping. It's built into the price. It makes it easier for everyone. This will also be free shipping. Only this is a $25 savings up until December 15th for the large signature collection. There's also going to be a savings with the salve. So not only are you going to get the gift boxes already ready to gift to someone, free shipping, packaged, as well as a discounted price. I know this one's $25. I believe this one is $10 or $12. So they are at a discounted price because I love you guys. It's the holidays. I'm in the spirit. I'm in the spirit of giving. But I cannot believe how many of you requested that I offer a gift box. And I just didn't want to just throw it in a package. I really wanted substance to these gifts, meaning the tray. And Buddy and I worked very hard to find trays as well as quality gift boxes. Okay, let me open this one. I just didn't want just a package. So I hope you appreciate that because it was a It was a task going around town. Now, I will say, because of the amount that I was able to get, we will have 20 of these trays available. We will have 20 of the gift boxes for the Feel Goods available. So when this video posts, first come, first serve on the website. And the only reason I have to limit to 20 and 20 is because that's all we could find. Now, I will grab a tray and I will show you up close what it looks like without all of this in it. Here is that beautiful tray. And it's in a whitewash that I dearly love. And it's heavy, guys. It's very heavy. And we had to really hunt. We had to go to quite a few stores because this is what I envisioned. So that's what the tray's going to look like. This is the bonus and this is the bonus. So I hope you enjoy. Now, before we move on into the house, because we have cooking to do, let me show y'all something. Now, this is a collaboration from Miss Wanda and Mr. Danny at Deep South Homestead and Buddy and I. In this box is the signature collection of all the things Miss Lippy. Only this will be given away this coming Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Time. You have to be present on the live to win this. And then, of course, I will ship it out. But there is going to be a question. The first one with the right answer wins this gift box. And this is heavy. This is very heavy. And I'll get it shipped out ASAP. So it could be a question for Miss Lippy, one for Deep South. I'm thinking it's going to be a question combining Deep South and Miss Lippy. So if you hadn't been following along, you might want to go and kind of educate who is Miss Lippy, who is Deep South Homestead, and just be present. And if you don't win, we're still all winners because it's a fellowship from 7 p.m. Central Time to 8 p.m. Central Time for 1 hour. It is the most fun, a lot of education, always some laughter. So I hope you join us this Saturday at Deep South Homestead Live and a chance to win this beautiful gift box. So without further ado, I need a sip of coffee and we got to go in the house because we have cooking to do. So I'll put all this information in the description. I'm kind of glad we're back in the house. I got a little chilly because I have to keep the Sugar Shack. Yeah, I'm getting a facial while I'm talking to y'all. I have to keep the Sugar Shack on the cooler side. That keeps everything where it's supposed to be. It's a Lippy video, what can I say? But to speed things up, we're actually making, of course you know by the title, chicken and dumplings. Now, let me tell you how this began. I had intended on cooking a big pot to send to Bud's job. You know, once a month I try to do, especially in the winter, like soup or a chili, chicken and dumplings. Well, a couple of the co-workers was excited to find out that they were going to get chicken and dumplings. But this also comes on the heels of a co-worker that is actually a dear friend of ours for 16 years. Him and Bud has worked together. His dad passed last night around 6 p.m. So leading up to the service one day this week, this is going to be something that the guys, you know, don't have to worry about bringing lunch, you know, going out, trying to get something. And I'm going to try to send this tomorrow, which will be Tuesday. Wednesday, I'll send, you know, a couple of loaves, maybe banana nut bread. I'll find something. But for the next 3 days, I'm going to try to offer something to the crew and have them come together in celebration memory for their co-worker and one of our dear friends. So, you know, it's my way of giving and letting them all sit, have a good meal, and just be there. You know, be there present, especially at the holidays. So, you know, not only was this just something I was going to do, this even has even more meaning. So I started last night. Well, yesterday evening, I boiled a whole hen and I just put it in the refrigerator, whole. And I'm going to debone it. Of course, I'm going to do that probably I'll do that off camera, but I will show you. The stock that I actually boiled the chicken in, I strained because I had some celery, carrots, onion, and not knowing the texture or how, you know, the co-workers eat, I opted to pull all that out, and it left me with a clean stock. And that's what you see because it's coming up to temp. But we've got to add some seasoning. So that's why I wanted to bring you to this part first, get it going. And then we're going to move to making the actual dumplings. And it's just going to go from there. Normally I would add boiled eggs. I would just slice boiled eggs. Not sure, since they're all going to be together, who can have the eggs or not. I'm going to omit them. But if this was for us, I would actually add 4 to 5 boiled eggs. It's just the way we like it. It's an option. So let's get the stock seasoned. Now I did do whole peppercorns when I was boiling my chicken, but I strained that out. So we now got to vamp up this broth and get these dumplings going. So this is going to be a simpler version, but I figured I didn't need to bore y'all with boiling a chicken and straining stock from it. You know, that's a no-brainer. Anybody can do that because you got to do it to your flavor anyway. So let's season this up. This is my broth. And what you see kind of floating on the top, which it will go down, is dried onion flakes. I'm going to add this other tablespoon. So I have about 3 tablespoons of dried onion flakes. There again, that's more to an individual's palate instead of the actual onion. Like I said, I'm cooking for different people, so I want it to kind of be neutral in flavor. To that, I'm going to add some dried thyme. This is going to be depending on your palate, but if I had to guess, about a teaspoon. I'm keeping it mild on the green, if you will, but I'll ramp it up with some salt and pepper and things like that. So that was about a teaspoon of ground thyme. This is celery leaves that I dehydrated, and I'm going to put about a tablespoon in there. Remember, the broth was made with a couple of celery stalks. I'm going to use my voodoo dust. This is garlic white powder. This is garlic, white pepper, a little black pepper, salt, and a secret ingredient. And y'all know I can't give that out. So I'm going to go in pretty heavy-handed. Now that's about a teaspoon. And I can usually tell by smell. And you want to sample your broth, you know, to make sure it's right. That was about another teaspoon. Perfect. Like I said, we're keeping it simple. Now in here I have celery salt. So that's where I'm going to pull some of my sodium. That's about a teaspoon. And a little bit of coarse black pepper. About a half a teaspoon. Now we're going to let this just kind of get happy, marry together. But I missed one ingredient. Optional, but I like it. I'm fixing to go grab a can of cream of chicken soup. You can make your own. I'm letting Campbell's do the job for me. So, I'm fixing to add a can of cream of chicken soup, dissolve it with a whisk, and we're fixing to make some dumplings. Okay, we've got the can of cream of chicken and the stock and a stick of butter. That's all I did. And it's over there doing its little thing. Now, we're going to make the dumplings. Dumplings are made in all various ways. I do believe I did a dumpling recipe, oh Lord, when I first started YouTube. I think. I don't know. But anyhow, we're doing it now, and it's the same way as I did then. So I'm going to drop the camera. I'm making a large batch, so you can cut this amount in half. But if I don't use all these dumplings, they freeze well. So when I want to make a small batch of dumplings, I've already got them ready. To this bowl, I have 6 cups of self-rising flour. Yes, I said self-rising flour. You can do all-purpose. I like a little bit more puffier dumpling. To the 6 cups, I have a stick of melted butter. It is not hot. There we go. 1 stick. And this was salted butter. Here is some reserved chicken stock. This is about 2½ cups. I'm probably not going to use but 2 cups of it. But it depends on what I want my dough to look like. So I'm just going to pour that in. Now you can use water if you don't want to use chicken stock. I'm going to stop there, and I may have to add a little bit more. Let's see, how much did I use? Let's add a little bit more. That'll give me exactly 2 cups. And I'm measuring this out for y'all to kind of make it a little bit easier. Yep, I'm going to need all of that. So that was 2½ cups of chicken stock. And I just want this to come together because we've got to work it and we've got to roll it. Now I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on my board. I'm just going to set my cup of flour right here. And we're going to dump out this dough. Now I do roll mine in batches. It just makes it easier to work with. I hope y'all can see. You know, I don't do too good on angling the camera. Let me see. There we go. Okay, I need a little bit of flour on my hands to be able to pull this off. The dough is perfect, guys. It really, really is. And I'm just going to kind of bring it together just like that. See, it's not too sticky. It's a beautiful, beautiful dough. I know a lot of people use all-purpose flour, and I have as well. But I do like the little puffy part of the dumpling. Oop, a little sticky there. Y'all, this is some of the prettiest dough that I've made in the last couple of months. Of course, it is very cool in the house. There's not a lot of humidity. Remember, I always tell y'all that plays a big part in any dough. Okay, a little bit more because I don't want it sticky. Look at that. It's gorgeous. All right, I don't feel no sticky, so we're good. Now it's time to separate all of this. And like I said, if you want just a thin, flat dumpling, just exchange the self-rising for all-purpose flour. I'm going to use a pizza cutter, and I'm going to come in, not too hard because I don't want to cut my board. Like I said, I like to work in sections. It just makes it easier. Okay, a little bit of flour on here. And I'm going to start rolling this out. I'm using my mom's rolling pin. All the red's worn off. And I believe she got this when her and Dad married in 1940, I think. Something like that. Now, you do want to try and get it as square as you can. I'm not the best at that. So I just roll it out really thin because it's all going to cut. But you see why I like to do it in sections? Because it allows me to control the dough. And this is so therapeutic, guys. Perfect. But these dumplings are going to have a good flavor. They've got that stick of melted butter. I use the chicken broth where I boil the chicken. Perfect. Oh, yeah. Now, I'm just going to do this one so y'all can see, because I'm not going to hold you up for all of this dough at all. Now, what I like to do is get a little bit of dusting on here so they don't stick together, and I put a little pile over here because we don't want them sticking together, our little dumplings. So by putting a little bit of flour, I personally have found they'll stay separated. And I'm not the most even cutter, but this is where you're going to have to judge on the size, the width of your dumpling. So if I had to guess, I'm going about, I don't know, a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. And that one was like a 1/4 of an inch. Let's see, I'm gonna cut this one off like that. Perfect. And I'll take this little tag and pile it up right here. I'm gonna take my dough scraper because I didn't have enough flour right here. Let me add some more. The flour's not going to hurt anything. It's going to keep the dumplings separated. But I'm trying to keep everything on camera, and I don't think I've got my camera set right. I really don't. I'm going to get them all rolled out. We'll set all these over here, and then I'm going to flour them up like this, see? And I'm going to set them onto a plate. That's all I'm going to do. So let me get the rest of this done, and then we'll move to the stove with all of our dumplings. I've got my broth actually coming up to a boil, not a hard boil, but I'll show you a steady boil. I just finished my platter of dumplings, and like I said, I won't be using all of them, okay? But this is how I store them. I have about 1/2 cup of flour in this freezer bag, and I will put the dumplings in this bag, what I don't use, shake it around, get all the air out, throw it in the freezer. When I am ready for dumplings, I can pull this out, frozen, because they're not really going to freeze. Go in, shake the residual flour off, dump it into my stock, and you've got dumplings. So that's why I like to make a big batch, because it helps me moving forward. And this is where I just go in, and I just hope that my stock pot's big enough, because if it ain't, oh boy, I'll have to change. But you see, that's about the size of dumpling. And I take my time. You don't want to dump them in all at one time, but you want to maintain a good boil. I've got a good amount in here. I'm not through adding dumplings, but I want to maintain that boil, so I always like to put quite a few, and then I stir, because as they cook, the dumplings will sink, and you don't want them sticking. All right, I see my boil coming back up, so we go back to adding dumplings. I'm going to stop right here. And I've got, if I separate them, guys, I've got a great cooking for Buddy and I. That's a lot of dumplings left. Okay. As these dumplings start cooking, they will sink. But at this stage, they've all puffed up. Oh yeah, nothing's sticking. Now I'm going to show you what I like to do with my dumplings. This is optional, but I like to add a little bit of milk. And I'm guessing about, let's do it all, about 3/4 of a cup. And that just gives it a great creamy texture. It just does something, guys. And then it slows down the cooking, allows these dumplings to decrease and get very tender, cooked through and through. And we are almost there. Now I'm gonna let these cook and I'm gonna stir them for about 10 minutes. So we've been cooking a total of 5 already. I'm gonna let them go another 10 minutes. We're gonna add our chicken, and the reason why I add my cooked chicken last is basically to heat it up because I don't want it cooking to shreds. And that's all it is too, chicken and dumplings. I'm gonna start adding my chicken slowly. And this is a whole hen. Again, I may not use all the chicken. I'll take the leftovers and make some chicken salad for myself this week for lunch. Because this was about a 5-pound hen. But make sure you stir that bottom because you don't want it sticking. Oh yeah. I want to show y'all something. We're almost there, but I'm trying to scoop to the bottom to show you. You see the different color in this dumpling to that? Because these have went down. They sunk down to the bottom. That's why I say stir. And the top ones are almost there. So what I like to do at this point, when majority of them are cooked, I turn the heat off. And I will put a lid on them and I'll let them sit a good 15 minutes before we sample. And then they'll just decrease right below this beautiful, beautiful, look at this. Well, if I can get it without a dumpling, oh well, let y'all see the dumplings. But look at that beautiful broth. That little bit of milk, and I still contribute the cream of chicken soup to this. This is way too hot. Look at that. To sample. So as I let this cool, I just want to say, you guys are the most amazing friends. If it wouldn't be for your input and your encouragement, I couldn't do what I do. I had no thought of a gift basket until on Deep South, you know, and it was just something Wanda and I wanted to do, you know, to share the season and gift somebody. And it just blossomed from there because a lot of you that's going to be watching this now was in that chat. A lot of you emailed me and said, hey, can you offer? And that's what I mean by encouragement. You guys give me so much feedback. You give me thoughts. You give me ideas. Just like, hey, Lippy, use your shakers to show your seasoning. So I am so blessed to have you guys. My business and my adventure to my new business, and it's steadily growing, baby steps, and I like baby steps. But if it wouldn't be for y'all, I wouldn't be as far into it as I am today. So I hope you enjoy what Buddy and I put together. We ran all over the city. I'm not a shopper, y'all. So y'all could only imagine. Whew. And I was speed walking. He's like, Lippy, why are you speed walking? I just need to see if they got them, and I got to go. That poor man had a marathon shopping with me because I was in and out. There was no time to sit and look. My head wasn't on a swivel. I had one thing in mind. Y'all just don't know what an adventure is shopping with Lippy. But hopefully this is cool enough for me to sample, get this video edited, and get it uploaded. And guys, I want to apologize right now. I wish I could offer more of the gift sets than just 20 of each. But if you still would like to do the items without the gift set, just email me and I'll see what we can do. You know, I'm here for you guys and I love y'all. So let us sample this extremely, it's still smoking, but that's okay. I'm gonna start with a little bit of the juice. Oh, the smell. Now, you could do onions. You could put celery. You could put little pieces of carrots. I believe I did a dumpling video, but I don't know. But since this is going somewhere, I left that out. I left the carrots, the whole onions, and I left the boiled eggs out. The flavors are there. They're just more in a seasoning form. And that makes it good for everybody. Y'all, don't bother cutting up no celery, no carrots. Do what I did. Holy cow, it's phenomenal. And I'm not supposed to pat myself on the back, but what I mean by, you would not know there wasn't celery, carrots, there's a sweetness there. And that was from that broth. Wow. All right, now we're going to go for a dumpling. This is going to be... And you see, this is what I mean. Mine are, they're not puffy, but they're puffy. It's just the way I like it. But if you like just a thin, do all-purpose flour. Oh my gosh, this is going to burn me. But it smells so good, and I tasted that juice, so you know, I got to have the dumpling. Where's the cornbread? It ain't made yet. It's hot, y'all, okay? It's tender. It's not doughy. I'm slowing on swallowing this because it's a little hot. Wow. There's no dough to it. It is just, it's a great dumpling. And I think that stick of melted butter, and I think by using some of the chicken stock for the dumpling, just builds on flavor. And that's what it's about. It's just building on flavor, your flavor, okay? But guys, this is on point. So I will eat this with no cornbread because it's too good to set down. And I'm going to take a break, and while I'm uploading this, I'm going to make a big pan of cornbread. So they'll have a pot of dumplings. They'll have a big pan of cornbread. And let's keep our friends in our prayers. You know, a father passing, a grandson passing. And there's many out there that we don't even know that's going through the same thing. So I stand here full of blessings. I stand here with a heavy heart for our friends as well as our strangers that's going through this darkest time right now, and especially at the holidays. So I will leave by saying, I give thanks to glory that I have you guys in my life. I thank you for sharing very intimate, sad situations with me, because it separates the social media and it brings us as friends and as family. And I can't ask for anything more. So as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. And I will see you on the next one. I love you.